The accuracy of the Forbes report on wrestling promotion values earlier this week that valued AEW's promotional value at $2 billion is reportedly being questioned. We'll let you know all of the details on that. Plus, Kenny Omega has discussed possible allegations against Rossy Ogawa, saying that the truth will come out one day. We'll let you know what the cleaner said about the founder of the Marigold promotion. Plus, more details on the WWE releases that took place last night involving the likes of Jinder Mahal, and Drew McIntyre is reportedly working through a pretty bad injury. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off with this Forbes article that we brought you earlier on this week that actually sort of ranked the most valuable combat sport promotions in the world right now. Now, the top was the UFC, the second was WWE, and the third was AEW, with AEW's value of $2 billion getting a lot of people talking. Now, as I mentioned earlier this week, Forbes released a report offering an evaluation of combat sport promotions, estimating the total worth of companies including WWE, UFC, and AEW. Well, in this week's Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer took issue with some of the figures in the report, which had WWE estimated at $6.8 billion valuation, while AEW was valued at $2 billion. According to Meltzer, the report has WWE undervalued while AEW is overvalued. He said, quote, "There is no way WWE is worth only 3.4 times what AEW is worth," Meltzer wrote. TKO stock, which is basically valued at 51% UFC and 49% WWE, is worth $95.29 per share, and in theory would give WWE a value of $7.727 billion and UFC a value of $8.04 billion. With regard to AEW's valuation, Meltzer said he heard the company had between $170 and $175 million in revenue in 2023, compared to the $250 million cited in the report. Meltzer then determined that WWE's total stock price is 5.8 times its annual revenue. If you apply that 5.8 multiplier to AEW's annual revenue to get an estimated value, the figure is roughly $1 billion, about half the estimate from Forbes. Meltzer speculated that the reason behind the optimistic valuation for AEW is because the company has grown quickly in its 5 years of existence, with revenue increasing each year. However, the young promotion still has yet to turn a profit, and Meltzer argued that WWE is undeniably hotter with audiences at the moment. Now, things could drastically change with AEW's next television rights deal, which is set to be negotiated this year. So what are your thoughts on that? Let me know your thoughts about even Dave Meltzer questioning the actual accuracy of this article and actually his valuation of AEW closer to $1 billion. Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. Now, Kenny Omega, he's been talking about Rossy Ogawa and been alluding to some pretty serious things. Now, former AEW World Champion and longtime Japanese star Kenny Omega made some strongly worded comments towards Stardom founder Rossy Ogawa on Friday night, indicating some negative revelations exist about the Marigold founder that is already known by others. During his Twitch stream Friday, Omega was asked about Ogawa and said he would caution against listening to the praise, quote, for that individual, end quote, based on what those in the wrestling industry and, quote, government-issued press, end quote, in Japan know about him. Here's what Omega had to say.
From someone who lived it, breathed it, who has very close friends in the industry, I don't mean necessarily wrestling industry, I mean the industry, I mean like the government-issued press and the information that they know. I'm just going to leave it at that. I would say don't be so quick to listen to praise for that individual, because someday, not sure when it'll be, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday, people will know the truth. And what they do with that truth, I don't know. Will they share it? But a lot of the higher-ups in Japan, they know exactly what kind of business he's up to, and what he's been up to for decades. That's all I gotta say. all I gotta say. I don't care about Rossy being an E-drone. I mean, whatever. It's no big deal. That's his. She's done. That's not even the tip of the iceberg, guys. You just you freaking wait. Just you freaking wait. If you guys are still interested in wrestling and you're still kind of listening to the stories and reading stuff, when it finally comes out, when it finally comes, there are a lot of people that refuse to work with him for the very same reason. Some of those people are even in WWE. Some of those people are in AEW. And they have a very good reason. It's not just like, yeah, I decided to wake up and not like this guy. Oh. Yep. And hey, if you want to know sort of along what lines they tread amongst, the dude just flat out said, hey, we're looking for girls from like ages 13 to 21 that don't have a boyfriend or aren't married. We already know that he puts underage girls in very revealing swimsuit calendars and books. And I wish that's all he did. Let's put it away. My only comment, I'm going to say I'm with Asuka. That's it. I'm with Asuka. Always have been. We bros. And she got her reasons, and it was probably the same one as mine.
Now, despite all that Omega said there, he then clarified that he didn't know anything and that he was not going on record to say anything as he didn't want lawyers barking at his door. He said, quote, I don't have any sort of video evidence. I just have the good word of people that are very close. I'm outside of it. If those people feel like commenting or saying something, whatever. For now, I'll say that people going to Marigold, good luck. I hope you have a great time. I hope it works out for you. For me, I would be very hesitant. That's it. That's all, he said, before saying redact my comments and that I didn't say anything, before again questioning Marigold's desired age range and then agreeing with a commenter that he should delete the Twitch video. So, and then he finished off by saying that, ask a quote that right there. So, what are your thoughts regarding what Kenny Omega is saying there? What do you think he's alluding to? Let me know your thoughts about all of that as well in the comment section below. Now, of course, we brought you the story earlier on today regarding some releases that took place in WWE overnight. Now, according to, as I mentioned, Sean Rossap of Fightful Select, WWE had the latest round of releases on April 19. Fightful Sean Rossap confirmed that Indus Sher, that being Jinder Mahal, Sanga and Via, Xia Li and Zion Quinn, were all released by the company. Internally, the releases were cited as budget cuts, though Fightful say they're not sure what was indicated to talent. The talent were informed Friday evening. When Fightful asked around about the cuts, Fightful was told by WWE higher-ups that it was a combination of not appearing on television due to creative not having anything for the talent, as well as upward trajectory based on progression and how long they'd been with the company. Several wrestlers at SmackDown found out about the releases as news filtered in. Unlike some occasions in the past, there were no memos sent out to talent or staff that announced the releases, so talent still on the roster found out as it became public knowledge like the rest of us. WWE, of course, no longer publicly announces releases and hasn't done that for years. Now, Fightful have not had it confirmed that this is all of the releases, though other outlets have claimed that no other releases were expected. They've also not confirmed the nature of the contact made with the talent outside of that it was via a phone call on Friday. Now, Jinder Mahal was at NXT recently, and Corey Brennan of Fightful was told that he was very helpful and willing to give advice to anyone that wanted it. It was clarified to Sean Rossap that Mahal's departure was a release as opposed to him quitting, unlike what he said on social media. When it comes to Xia Li, she worked directly with Shawn Michaels and her story of Lyra Valkyria and was actually advertised for Monday's World Title Battle Royal. When Fightful asked about that, why was she featured in the graphic, Fightful have been told the graphics team had not been made aware or privy to the details of the release or anything like that. Now, ultimately, Fightful say they didn't hear of any situations of heat that would have contributed to the release, and generally the talent let go appeared to be all well liked. So much so, actually, PW Insider is also reporting that there was great sympathy for Jinder Mahal and Xia Li specifically following their WWE releases. On Mahal, a few talents noted that he was literally given nothing to do for years, but when he was tapped to do a promo segment with The Rock, Mahal nailed his side of the deal, and then the company never followed up on it. There was also a feeling of Xia Li. She suffered because of her stop-start push and introductions in the Vince McMahon era, and once again, PW Insider echoing what Sean Rossat reported, suggesting that both were extremely well-liked within WWE. And interestingly, from PW Insider, they're also reporting that the running joke among a few WWE talents is that Jinder Mahal will be feuding with AEW President Tony Khan on Dynamite this summer. Of course, that in reference to Tony Khan's comments about Jinder Mahal and his World Championship opportunity against Seth Rollins earlier on this year. And finally, a bit of an update when it comes to Drew McIntyre, and it's not about his contract, it's actually about an injury that he's working through right now. Yes, Drew McIntyre is working hurt. According to Mike Johnson at PW Insider, Drew McIntyre is working through a, quote, badly hyperextended elbow. Now, the injury reportedly occurred during Drew's match against Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania 40 for the World Heavyweight Championship. McIntyre has been a part of the WWE UK tour, wrestling Jey Uso at the live events. It's unknown if McIntyre will miss any television time with the injury. On television, McIntyre is continuing his programming with CM Punk. Of course, Punk's also injured. He's sidelined with a torn triceps injury. McIntyre did win the World Heavyweight Championship from Rollins in their match at WrestleMania 40, but immediately lost it when Damian Priest cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase after CM Punk attacked McIntyre. Of course, we get any more details on McIntyre's injury. If he's going to have any time off, we'll of course let you know in the future. But there you go, guys. This latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.